Hello and welcome. I answer the questions that are like the deepest questions in life. Why am I here? What is my purpose? What is this all for? And I do that through advanced quantum numerology. I do that through something that was left for us. It was codes given to us in various different modalities passed down through different teachings. And what I'm going to do today is do some intuitive card pulls. So the Book of Life is these cards, or are these cards. And it's a system that was left for us. So if you're joining me now and you'd like me to intuitively pull a card for you, go ahead and leave a comment down below. And let me know specifically what you would like to ask as well. I can always just do any kind of card pull and tap into your energy and let you know what's coming through for you. But the universe likes direction. It likes specificity. It likes to know exactly what you're asking. And one of the things that when I start working with clients, that I ask them is, what is it that you want? Many people spend so much time dwelling, living in what they don't want, that they don't know what they do want. And quite often, even when I start asking clients what it is that they do want, what they'll tell me is what they don't want in a really fancy kind of way. And so how I answer these questions, why am I here? What is my purpose? Is it's a numerical code. It's a frequency. It's a vibration. It's energetics that was left very specifically for you. It means you. So just like we can read your physical DNA, we can read your spiritual DNA. Just like we can read your physical DNA to know that you have, really dark hair, really light hair, really dark skin, or really light skin. We know the sound of your voice. We'll know the heaviness of your bones, the shape of your body, like all of these things. Your purpose, the reason why you are here, also has a frequency. It has a spiritual DNA to it as well. And we can read it. And this is what I do with my clients. So I teach various different modalities. I teach ways of releasing limiting beliefs, ways of seeing yourself in your truest and highest form. So your soul that permeates your physical body. We know we can measure about 30 feet out in all directions, above and below, is driving your body. Your soul is driving the body. It's not the other way around. Sometimes we think that the body is, houses the soul, when in fact the body is within the soul. And when you think of it that way, and you can just kind of imagine 30 feet, it's about 9 meters. Think of everyone you come in contact with. Everyone you might pull up to a stop sign, or I guess it'd be a stoplight more than a stop sign, right? Or you're standing in line at Starbucks, or the drive-through line at Starbucks, or wherever it might be. Think of how many people you come in contact with within 30 feet. And I say 30 feet because it's been scientifically measured to actually 9 meters, which is about 29 and a half feet. This is your energetic field. This is who you are. This is who you're rubbing up against. This is who has an impact on you and who you have an impact on as well. So let's stick with Starbucks for a moment. You go to get in line and order your coffee or whatever you're ordering. And, the person in line in front of you is vibrating really high and has an incredible demeanor and is loving life and has super high vibration. You have a choice because you're coming within that 30-foot bubble of them, whether you want to pick up on their energy and join them in that high vibration or not. You could maybe choose the person behind you that's vibrating in a really low vibration, maybe disgust and anger that the line's not moving fast enough, whatever it might be. And I talked about this a little bit yesterday in my life, where I talked about how to be okay when you're not okay. The short answer is don't. You can't fake vibration. You can't pretend to be okay when you're not, because what will happen is it will spill over into all other things in your life. So I'm just going to say it again. If anyone's joining me live right now and you'd like a card pulled for you, I am doing some intuitive card pulls. But what I do with my clients is I can actually read your chart. You actually have a chart that is mapped out just for you. Hey, Rosalie. And that means you have a purpose. You were born the instant you came on earth and you were born. You have a very specific purpose. And your job is to live out that purpose. And when you're not living in alignment, you're not living your purpose, you feel all sorts of ways negatively. You feel overwhelmed, you feel frustration, you feel like everyone else is getting it, but you're not, right? So these intuitive card pulls that I'm going to pull, and I'm purposely holding it up so I can see what one's like at the bottom of the deck. But as I tap into your energy and I pull these cards for whomever would like them today, just know that, that's me shuffling the cards. It sounds funny, huh? Know that this is a snapshot in time. So Rosalie, absolutely. I will give you do a reading for you. You're the 6 of clubs. Okay. I literally just got off a call with a 6 of clubs. Let me say this. If you have a specific question, go ahead and put it down into the chat, Rosalie. But I literally just finished a session with a private client. She is the 6 of clubs. And guess what? I just asked her because we were having a conversation, and I asked her, she's got twin daughters. And I said, what's your twin daughter's birth date? I wanted to pull that up as well. And so her twin daughters are 6 of clubs as well. She's got 3 6 of clubs within the same house. What a beautiful energy. So of course, right? I literally just got finished talking about that 29.5 meter bubble. What happens is you will start to call in people of like-minded, of like-heartedness. So no wonder, as intuitive as I am and as the kind of work that I do, did I just end that session with my private client, and then the first person that hops in here with me happens to be the same energy, the 6 of clubs. So, okay, Rosalie, looking to make instant money, but open to guidance in love and money. Okay, I like it. So looking to make instant money. Do you believe that you can make instant money? Right? Money is a fascinating one to work with because I talk about manifestation. I teach manifestation in my different courses and my teachings as well. And manifestation it's a mindset. And again, I teach the how-tos to get there in order to manifest what you really desire. Money is energy. Money is a manifestation. And so first step is believing that you can have it, believing that you can manifest it, believing that you can make instant money. And even if you don't believe that right now, a lot of my clients are like, well, I want to, but I don't really know if I like buy into this whole thing. That's okay. As long as you have a willingness, that's all that matters. So, all right, Rosalie, looking to make instant money, but open to guidance in love and money. Good old same, right? Okay. So I actually pulled quite a few cards for you. The 7 of clubs, and I don't mean to like pull that face. Sometimes I'm like that face, I can't, I speak through my facial expressions. Overwhelm, right? A little bit of this can be on the lower end of this card. I'm sure you know this as well. Can be some depression. It can be some, I've got so much going on, I'm not really sure, right? And she just said, yes, but it'll be a little tricky as my stock from mid-century is not top notch, right? It doesn't matter. You could money instantly happens in so many different fascinating ways that whatever you're thinking of right now, there's 5 gazillion other ways that money can come to you. Money is energy. It wants to flow through you, but you have to be tapped into it. You have to be turned on. You have to be ready and willing and open to receive it, right? Your energy points need to be open in order to receive it as well. So marketing paintings will be needed, right? And all of that. So just staying in the inspiration of it, in the inspiration of even making paintings, of even having paintings to market. That's all that's necessary in order for money to flow through to you. So top of mind right here, there's this super high desire of really, really wanting it. Inspiration can come, but you've got to release, first of all, this overwhelm, this I'm not really sure. Like then you literally said it's a little tricky. So releasing the belief that it has to be in any other kind of way, like mid-century or not, right? So that's actually your long range. Now your action, your to-do, 8 of spades. Do you know your 8 of spades? Do you know your karmic card, Rosalie? I kind of want to wait and see if you tell me if you know your karmic card. Your karma declare, if you're born into the 6 of clubs energy like Rosalie is, I love that you popped in as I was talking about this, because we can talk a little bit more specifically about you, Rosalie. And this is how I would do a reading with a private client. And of course, it would be a little bit more detailed because we could speak specifically into who you are. And the way that I explained this to my last client that I just was talking to, the 6 of clubs, is that it's like pi, Pi, 3.14, and then a series of numbers to infinity means you. It equals you. It means all of your physical DNA and all of your spiritual DNA. It literally answers the question, why am I here and what is my purpose? And then this is why I started folding in her family around her so she could really see why these different people had come into her life in order for her to recognize the 8 of spades is your karma for life to clear, Rosalie, specifically. So this is landing in your Pluto right now, which means this is your action. So the 8 of spades is this experience of being in your power. When do you feel the most empowered? When do you feel not in control, because control is a facade, but when do you feel empowered? Do you feel empowered when you're marketing paintings? Do you feel empowered when you're looking at your mid-century stock? Do you feel empowered when you are going for a bike ride? Do you feel empowered when you are, scrolling through Facebook, whatever it might be? This is your to-do. And so the 8 of spades is a really beautiful karmic card to have, I feel like, because what it's asking you is, you could literally ask yourself this over and over and over again. And again, if we were working privately, I would be able to pull in specifics. This is what I was just doing with my last client in looking at this. And we specifically mapped out stuff for her in her career, literal to-dos. I gave her to-dos before she goes to bed tonight in order to get to the next thing, right? It's universal law of vacuum. And in order to release something, you've got to be willing to receive another. Otherwise, we stay in the stagnation of what is always. So instant money comes to you when you're willing to be in your power. And sometimes that looks like, I'm just going to go rest, right? It's just being really honest with yourself. This is how instant money comes in. This is how love comes in, being in your power. So a little bit of a rub, seeing that it comes right next to the 7 of clubs. What are you willing to give to yourself? How are you actually being able to be in your true personal power? Yeah, and she said, actually painting, when I make cells in forest, helping others gain confidence, dancing, shamanic type of stuff. Oh, go do that. Talk about how, is there anything greater than being in your true personal power than when you're dancing and you're in shamanic type of stuff, right? Here's your results. It's the 4 of spades. So not only do you get the love and the money, but you get the higher purpose. This is your feeling very, very stable and safe in who you are. Right? Just by you being you and doing the dancing, the shamanic stuff, helping others gain confidence, you get the 4 of spades. You get to have the experience of feeling really safe and stable and knowing that the money's coming. So it kind of goes back to what I was saying at the very beginning, that, hey, Bissy, if you want a card, Bissy, let me know, and I'm happy to pull one for you as well. When you act on the 8 of spades, Rosalie, and you do whatever is in your personal power, which I love your list right here. Are you willing to do that yourself tonight? Then you create the stability. Now, super interesting. And I didn't even tell this to my client, but when I was looking at her chart, the client right before you, who's also the 6 of clubs, when I was looking at her chart, her husband is the 4 of spades. So I wouldn't doubt that there's someone in your life that's has that energy of the 4 of spades around you as well. But this is your results card. Okay, let's look at the environment, what's around you. I mean, hello, the 6 of clubs. Sometimes I get so excited about this. So you are amongst you. Look no further than in the mirror. This is your surroundings, your environment, Rosalie. It's pretty profound when this is essentially you, right? Because I tapped into your energy. When the Six of Clubs comes up as your environment, reflect back on you. Go back into you. So it really feels like doing more paintings tonight, knowing that, right, the environment card is your blessings. This is who's paying some karma to you today. And again, this is a snapshot, right? Okay. Here is who you are paying karma to right now, the 10 of diamonds. I have to tell you, the 10 of diamonds has come up at least 82 times today since I've been pulling cards for people. So release. The month of March, we begin in a Knight of Spades energy, which means it's knowing that things are coming to a grand end in the month of March 2022, because it's a 9 energy month. And we start the day off with a 9 of Spades, which is asking you to take your life higher in a spiritual kind of plane, the meaning of life. What we're clearing for the entire month of March, and by we, I mean the universe, this is universal energy, is the 10 of diamonds. This is the clearing. And this showed up as who you are paying some karma to. And then, again, when I do these intuitive pulls, this is a snapshot for right now, right? Your life spread, your spiritual spread, the way that your life has already been mapped out. It'd be fascinating to kind of see like where this plays in. So of course you asked about money. Of course the 10 of diamonds would show up here also. Yeah. I love that. So Rosalie, I want to give you some to-dos. You're going to actually do those things, right? So whether it's the dancing, the shamanic type of stuff, don't focus on the cells, release the cells. Money is the byproduct. Go do those other things that really light you up, that are knowing that you are really meant here to feel empowered. That is your karma for life. So your life's motto, do I feel empowered right now? Do I feel like I'm empowered in this moment? You can let me know how that resonated for you in the comment box. And then my friend Bissy, I've never pulled for you before, but oh my gosh, this feels so. Bissy is actually one of my coaches, guys. She's actually one of my mentors. So what a treat to be able to tap into her energy and be able to pull. She's ready to go. One shuffle and Bissy's ready to go. Wah! Okay. So Bissy, what I do here is I was just explaining, your entire life spread, your purpose, the title of this live, why am I here? What is my purpose? Is already mapped out for you. You have like, I love to explain it like, you're standing there with God, or you're standing there with the universe before you get born into your body. And you're like, yep. And I'm going to take that, and I'll take that body, and I'll take those parents, and I'll take that experience. Right. And it's always like God, source, universe is always like, are you sure? Because you know what happens in 2020, right? You know what happens in March of 2022, right? You know the second week, right? And you're like, nope, got it. Don't worry, put me in. I got it. I'm totally going to remember that I'm this soul having a human experience, and I'm going to master it. And then we were left with these codes where we get to like rediscover them over and over again. So these intuitive card pulls that I do are a snapshot of a moment in time right now. But when I look at your actual life spread, we can see exactly what it is that you are clearing out. So Bissy, your long range, you're looking at some finances. So you're so welcome, Rosalie. Yeah. Bissy, I didn't even ask you if you had a specific question. I just started pulling for you. Your energy is super fast. It was like ready to go. The 6 of diamonds, this is what's top of mind for your higher self right now. What's coming through is the 6 is all about harmonization. And then we forget, absolutely, that's part of coming into a human body, right? Like, give me the ego. I am willing to forget for the joy of remembering that this is like, it's all fun. It's all fun, and it gets to be fun and more fun and more fun and more fun. So for you, what's top of mind in your higher self right now, and it feels like this is very conscious for you as well, though, because you are very tapped into your own energy, is harmonization of finances. When the 6 shows up next to the diamond, it's asking to let all past karmas be cleared in order to move into the future. So there's this beautiful energy of the 6. Just look at the geometry of the 6. You start in one direction, and it bows and it bends and it moves, and it turns out that it turns into an entirely different direction. And that's the harmonization. That's the past and the future coming together. And really allowing those energies to merge. So this is what your higher self is thinking of right now. It's willing to release the past. It's willing to step into the future, but it knows that it needs to allow some harmonization for that to happen. That's the diamond. That's the value. That's the finances. This is like the physical kind of world. So that's just what's top of mind for your higher self right now. And then this is your Pluto card. This is what you do. Shebang. King of Spades. Doesn't get better than that. So the king. The king is the master of its domain, right? The king sits at the top of its throne, and the king is not a masculine energy. This is not about gender. This is about energy. So the king has really come to the hierarchy of being. And the spade is like, I think of the spade as literally like a spade that you would dig with, because you're just willing to go deeper. You're willing to go in there. And by going deeper, what you do is you find your higher spiritual calling. This is your Pluto. This is your to-do. So your King of Spades showing up in this very moment, one thing that you could do in order to really harmonize your finances that your higher self is asking for is, where are you willing to call yourself even higher, even grander, even bigger than you haven't done before? Now, the fact that this king it's the black spade, it's not necessarily an action as in like a physical to do. This could be something like you go into a meditation and you just visualize yourself as the king, right? The king reigns in love. The king reigns in sitting at the top of the throne and having all of the experiences and bringing all of its people around him or her or them, and having the experience as the king, as just sitting there and being able to be the master of their domain. Yes, right? So go dark, go within. Maybe you journal this out. Maybe you just go sit in a dark room and you do some breath work. Maybe you do some dancing as well. But whatever feels like, how can you get into your king energy? This is a beautiful card to blend with today's energy universally, is a queen of diamonds. So be the king right now. So again, snapshot, when you're willing to do this right now, what do you get? This is your results card. Oh, you get to, okay, I get so excited. The Two of Hearts. So just look at the number first. The 2 is about connections. It's about coming together. The 2 is one step beyond really understanding that you love yourself first and foremost before, look at, we've got 2 hearts up on the screen right now also. You love yourself first and foremost, and then you get to mirror that love back to yourself, right? This is mirrored in others. It's mirrored in like people that adore you, like me, right? And in your family members. So this is your result. It's connections come in. This feels like it could even be a client who represents the 2 of Hearts. That is your result. You literally get this result when you're willing to go deeper. Yeah. Where am I willing to go deeper? Interestingly, I've been feeling pulled into meditation more. So this is your, like, I call them spiritual spankings. This is absolutely like, yes, go do that. Go do the meditations. I had 2 hours, 2 different 30-minute times today where I, instead of doing the to-dos, I went and I laid on my floor where the sunshine was coming in, and I just laid down and I meditated and I went within. And, you know, Bissy and I are in the same similar container. So she understands what I'm talking about here. It's less doing and it's more being. When you are in alignment with yourself. And what that means is when your heart and your mind are speaking to one another in coherence, then everything else falls away, right? Yeah, you can never go wrong in meditating. So, yeah, being pulled into meditation more, here's your sign, go do it. All sorts of different meditations you can do as well. Bissy, let me know. I can tag you in something, or I can also send you some stuff. I do something called quantum expansion as well, which is moving creation energy instead of meditation, which is about relaxation energy and different kind of harmonizations. Bissy said, oh my, OMG, all of my journaling today was about loving myself in a way that I haven't been able to do in a while. Yeah, absolutely. So this is just like spirit, source, God, universe, your higher self, your energy that I tapped into coming through and just like really giving you that profound kind of, we see you and we know you're doing it and we see you digging deep. Yeah. In the environment around you. Okay. Pretend I didn't just read that right now. This is your environment card. The 3 of Spades is about writing. And she says all of her journaling today. The three of spades is communication, creation. It's the universal law of love. It is the amplification of the threes. The 3, the 6, the 9 is a magical series of numbers that we can take in numerology and geometry and create pretty fascinating things. Like think of what Tesla created with the 3, 6, and 9. We can literally generate power with just these numbers. We can literally create magnets with just these numbers. And this is the start. That's the 3. So this is what's in your environment. It's literally asking you to communicate. It's asking you to do some more journaling, right? So maybe even do just a little bit more. Absolutely, I will tag you in that. Sometimes I don't really remember what I'm saying when I do these readings, so if you wouldn't mind messaging me, and then I can absolutely tag you in that as well. So amazing reading, Bissy. Thank you for sharing in the comments. Yeah. So fun to be able to read for you. All right, Miss Leah, absolutely. Do you have a specific card I can read for you, Leah? And by card, I mean question. Any specific question? Something that's coming through right now for me is I've seen the 7 of diamonds several times. I actually saw it on the bottom of the card in the reflection. And every time I've shuffled, I've seen the 7 of diamonds. Knowing that today is a Queen of Diamonds energy, universally what everyone's feeling. The 7 of diamonds is asking you, you're so welcome, Bissy. It's really asking you to release. It's asking you to release all forms of what you know money to be, your experience of money, all of your limiting beliefs around money. The highest side of the 7 of diamonds is it's known as the millionaire's card, because that's what's possible, right? Millions and beyond. And knowing that I've just seen that on the Queen of Diamonds energy day, it's just a reminder to us to release everything that we've ever known about money, right? All of those, money doesn't grow on trees. I don't have the money for that. All of those things, and just following the energy and how you feel. Yeah. I love those orange hearts, Bissy. You know what orange means to me. All right, Leah. Oh, Leah, I remember you. Yeah, I messaged you last week because you caught me at the tail end. I was thinking about you, Leah, actually about an hour, maybe about 2 hours ago, and it was in a different session. I was going to reach back out to you about that reading that I gave you in Messenger. I was just thinking about that. So, of course, you popped in here. I would like to know about this relationship that is beginning in my life. Okay. So let me just be clear. I've spent many years defining myself as a psychic because I would see things. I would choose not to go with my friends, right, in high school, and I would warn them not to go, and they would go, and then the things would happen. I'm really pulling myself now to just being completely open, and I move that energy, this intuitiveness, through the frequency of the cards as well. So this is not a prediction. This is not me being a psychic. This is just energetically where this question is leading you with the cards. Okay, I just want to be clear about that. This is so fun. My chair squeaks weird. All right, Leah. I did pull a long range card for you. This is what's more top of mind. So the 5 is all about change. And the 5, like think of the 5 as it's right in the center of the number grid, right? Where you can go this way or you can go that way. And hey, Jennifer, if you'd love a card, please let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to pull one for you. So Leah, it feels like what's top of mind for you is a relationship leading towards what could be something different that you're doing to create more finances in your life. So higher self, this is what's coming through, versus a relationship that could be really romantically involved. This feels like, even if it is a romantic relationship that you're referring to, this feels more like what your higher self is thinking is, could this lead me to a change in the way that I'm actually showing up in the world? in my purpose. And typically in my purpose, what it could feel like is the way that I also really express myself through business, through career, through finances, right? Here's your to-do. Oh, the Queen of Hearts. Okay. What is your gut feeling about this relationship? Just when I ask you that. Because the Queen of Hearts, oh, I just got hot. Let me turn off my heater. The Queen of Hearts is the highest card you can get when it comes to feminine empowerment, the divine feminine, right? And again, this is not about gender, this is about energy. So whether you identify as a male or a female or anything, the queen is the nurturer, the queen is the mother energy. The Queen of Hearts in particular is the one that loves herself so grand that she calls in her flock. She calls in everyone around you. Yeah, I can feel that it's complicated. I can feel that because you got the 5 of spades next to the Queen of Hearts. And my first thought was like, what the fuck? So it's complicated. I'm feeling like I'm going to leave it there and I'm not meant to say anything else. The Queen of Hearts is asking you to check back in with yourself. You in your highest form of your highest level of feminine energy, what are you being called to do? Because you know it already. You're just looking for answers on the outside of you, right? And I'm not willing to be another answer on the outside of you. But please send me a voice message after. I can see your messages here, and I can feel it's very complicated. Now, when you tap into your own divine feminine, when you don't need to go into meditation, you don't need to go do you don't need to do all of that. You know already. So take a deep breath, right? Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your gut. Take a deep breath. And the first thing that comes to heart, there's your answer. Okay. When you follow that guidance, here's what you get. You can't make this shit up. The Jack of Hearts. You get to be initiated into a whole new level of love. So it feels like a pump in the brakes, jerk in the steering wheel, going a different direction, tapping into your own energy, listening to that energy, and then guess what you get? The Jack of Hearts. This is the incarnation cross. This is the Jesus card. This is the come to Jesus card. It doesn't get any better than this because on the other side of this is something so grand and so brand new, right? The Jack is the initiator into, right? I've gone through all the digits. I've gone through the numbers. Now here I am, I'm entering royalty. And the Jack is telling you can have it. And you are experiencing it because this is showing up in your results card. So first and foremost, how incredible to have the Queen and then the Jack show up right next to it, okay? Let's look at what you're supported by. This is your blessings or your environment card. I mean, come on, it's the 8 of Hearts. So think of the 8 as like a racetrack. This is how I think of the 8, or the infinity symbol, right? And when you're cruising along with an 8, what you get is more of it. It goes faster, it gets bigger, it gets wider, it gets more expansive. And specifically when it's with the hearts literally is self-love. It's self-love reflected to yourself and then into others. So you are being supported. You've got 3 out of 4 cards here that are all hearts. And this is your environment. This is your blessing right now. This is what's around you. You're just surrounded by so much love that wants you to call yourself higher and wants you to dig a little bit deeper. This is the spade. For you, it's the pumping of the brakes, jerking the steering wheel, going this direction, and finding your queen energy. So yeah, I totally understand. I can feel some complication in there. So feel free to put whatever you feel safe with in the chat and feel free to slide into my DMs as well. Amazing. All right, my friend Jennifer, I've never done a reading for you either. This is exciting. So Jennifer, do you have any specific questions? It can be around anything, or I can just do like a simple pull. And by simple, I mean I can just tap into your energy and do a pull. I know. My love. You guys, I have been seriously, I moved this plant out of my office because I have these like little gnats. Um, and then I moved a different plant. I moved this plant into my office because I keep getting so many little gnats. And I don't know if it's from the plants. But then I was in a coaching call with one of my other mentors, and she was like talking about abundance. And she was like, just look around. Abundance is all around us. Look at how many gnats there are in the world. And I was like, come on now. Okay, I believe in abundance, but do I have to have them in the form of gnats? I hear you, universe. I choose to have no longer abundance of gnats. I'll just take it in gold coins instead, please. Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah, Leah, I can feel it's a weird situation. Feel free to message me. No problem. Jennifer, I'm curious what's next with my expansion. Ooh, I feel like I'm about to explode with something nice. It's like this pent up, right? Like ready. I feel kind of like this. Remember those toy cars you'd pull back and like right there, like, oh my gosh, I can't go one more click. And then you let go and like, boom, right? You take off. You're in momentum. So let's definitely do this for you. So Jennifer, and if you're just joining me live, I can see a few more hopped on. Feel free to let me know in the chat if you would like a card pull. So highest self coming through, long range card. This is what's top of mind. All right. So whenever I pull the card more than once in a collective read like this is the second time that the Two of Hearts have come up. This is for everyone. This is everyone's card, the Two of Hearts. So top of mind, how can I love myself and reflect that in others and see that in others, right? These are the mirrors that we all live in. The Two of Hearts is connections. It's knowing that there are connections coming in. And this is probably what you're feeling. Like you can feel this something coming in and in and in. A really big connection. Like this is what's top of mind. This is like doubling down on your own self-love when it comes up in your long range here as well. You guys, look at all these hearts. Okay, the Five of Hearts is an explosive expansion into a newfound love for yourself. This is the Five of Hearts has shown up in my chart this last week because we have, I mean, like hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, right? Seasonal readings. The Five of Hearts has shown up so much for me. This is self-empowerment. This is a whole new sense of self coming through. The five, again, is all about change, right? It's all about growth. When you pair that up with the heart, again, it's always self-love first. You have to have that first before you can get this new sense of self-love coming through. This feels like it's very, very much on the higher side. So something so brand new about yourself. This could be something like radically raising your rates, radically no longer doing something that you no longer want to do for whatever, like dishes, right? Like something like that. And just really stepping into the next thing for you. So Pluto, this is your Pluto. This is your action or your to-do, the Five of Hearts. New sense of self coming through. Really like let yourself lean into it, know it. What could you do for yourself? Like I know we were in that makeup class with each other a few weeks back where you invested all of that makeup in yourself. So my question to you is, have you done that makeup since? Right? Like what could you do for yourself that would be like this new sense of self coming through, this is who I am now. This is the next thing, right? Jennifer said, oh my God, this is crazy. I just quit a team and I just prepared a massive increase. Okay. So the cards are never telling you what to do. The cards are just saying it's like a verifier of your highest self, your soul coming through in the numbers and verifying. So she said, yes, boo. I got that makeup on now. Wow, this is so insane. Yeah, I love it. And so quitting something, doing something you never want, and really stepping into massive pricing. Yeah, like confirmation. This is, when you ever, come on now. I just accidentally showed your results card. But when you go into a really deep meditation, or you just like, if you get down these downloads that you get, it's like that in the tangible, right? These numbers I started explaining when I first came in, and started doing this live, is that everyone has a very specific frequency. Everyone has a very specific purpose, the reason why you're here. And I can read that in a chart, just like we can read like a physical DNA. When I do these intuitive card pulls, what I'm doing is a snapshot in time as to me tapping into your energy and as where you are right now. So it's very much like confirmation. So yeah, hey, Carla, if you want a card, Carla, let me know. And you would be the last person that I'm going to pull cards for on this Friday night before I go off and do whatever I'm going to do. Some Queen of Hearts energy. But Jennifer, here is your results. It's the Queen of Hearts. Oh, so if you remember what I just said, for Leah, who got the Queen of Hearts in her Pluto, the Queen of Hearts in your results is you get to have the experience of all of the love being reflected back to you that you've really been desiring, that you've been putting out into the world. It gets to come back to you now. And it gets to come back because you were matching your energy in quitting a team that you no longer wanted to be a part of, and massively increasing your wages, right? When you do that, this new sense of you coming through, here's your results, right? The Queen is already sitting there ready. So you and Leah, 3 out of 4 cards. Well, I haven't pulled the 4th card yet, but here's your blessings. Here's what's around you. I mean, I promise I shuffled these cards really, really well. You heard me shuffling, but this speaks into what I was talking about at the very beginning of this live. We energetically call other people who are, I mean, a really simple way of saying this is like in similar mindsets, similar heart sets, similar life sets, into our experience. And the 5 of spades. So Leah got the 5 of spades in her long range that I just pulled. She got the Queen of Hearts, and I believe the 2 of Hearts as well, if I remember right. The chances, like if you put this in a calculator and you mathematically like try to figure this out, it's just, there's no way, right? Yeah, sit on your damn throne, would you? The 5 of spades, this is what's around you. So you are being supported by a career change. That's what it is. The 5 is the change. The spade is very specifically in your situation here, to career. So when you look at it, you've got 2 5s, which is change, change, change all around. Plus we're in a 9 energy month, which is all about the endings of cycles. We're coming up on the end of a 9-month cycle that we started last year. And when we know that the universe is going to be moving stuff away from us, we can prepare for it, right? So just like Jennifer was saying, yeah, I've quit a team instead of me being, having whatever kind of situation would have happened from that. I decided to quit a team. I decided to raise my rates. This is what it's really about when I look at a client's specific chart. And I can do a few different things here. I can either consult and just tell you what to do, what's coming up, like know these energies are about to happen for you. Or I can do different things where like you can ask me questions and we can pull cards like this as well. There's so many different ways we can do it, but I can also look at your year in advance and let you know month by month what is coming up for you. So you know what you're stepping into and you know very specifically what you are clearing. And I just want to be very specific here and say what I'm doing right now is intuitive card pulls. When I read your chart, this is your chart. This is the chart, the agreement, the contract that you did with God, source, the universe, right? It doesn't change. So, all right, Miss Carla, my little caboose for the night. If you have a specific question, Carla, go ahead and put it down in the comments. You're so welcome, Jennifer. Oh, Jennifer and Bissy, that's right. You both were at that same retreat last weekend. So on point. I feel like you're desiring some 5s here as well, Carla. So Carla, I don't know what to ask. I was going to say, I'm just going to pull. You don't have to know what to ask. Your higher self always knows what to ask. All right, Carla. This is called your long range card. So this is, everyone heard how much I shuffled the cards, right? Okay. The Five of Hearts. So top of mind, you really want to love yourself more. Right? You want that for yourself. It's like this high desire for you right now. So because it's sitting, the Five of Hearts is sitting in your long range, it's asking you to change the way that you think about yourself and you feel about yourself, right? There's mirror neurons. There's actually a whole system of brain neurons in the heart. And the way that our bodies are biologically meant to operate is to go from the heart and feel those mirror neurons that we have in there. It's a whole system that then sends the information up to the head, right? So it's kind of filtered in that way. And sometimes we can get caught from the neck up when we're thinking with the head, we're thinking from the mental plane, and then we pull it down into the heart, if ever. So the fact that the Five of Hearts is showing up yet again, this is for everyone, whether you're here live or on the replay, this message is for you. A high desire to love yourself in such a profound and distinct and different kind of way than you've been willing to give yourself until now. Okay. It's a little bit different for you, Carla, because of where it's showing up in the placement. And I can feel like every cell in my body just slowed down as I pulled the cards for you. So it really is landing into, I give myself permission to love me. I give myself permission to love me first. I give myself permission to give myself permission. Right? So that kind of just slow down, deep breaths, allow this to come through. This is what your higher self is asking you, to love you and love your purpose so much more. Here's your to-do, Carla. Oh, okay. The Nine of Diamonds. Sometimes these slip out of my hands. So let's look at the nine in a couple of different ways for you, Carla. There's 4 diamonds on either side, right? Every single thing that we have in this book of life, these cards that were left, this system that was left for us, is very intentional. So the 4 diamonds on either side is creating stability. These are 4 legs on either side. And I'm thinking of the group that we were in earlier today with Shamika, right? When she's talking about the 3-legged stool. This is a 4-legged table on either side. This is your stability. This is calling in such grounding for you. And it's around money. There's a little bit of body. There's a little bit of physical body here also, but it's mainly around finances. So the 1 diamond in the center, this is your new beginnings. It's almost like a fresh start. Because it's a 9, there's some endings in the way that finances flow. Now, embrace these endings, because when we hold on to the endings, we create an even greater energetic kink in the way that money flows. So hold on, like allow the release of what is ending and hold on to what is coming. Because at the end of the 9, everything is moving, everything is vibrating, everything is energy. And when we end the 9, you go into the 10. It's just the way things move for you. And so embrace what is ending. Embrace the financial stop that is happening. It's already in place. When you embrace that, when you just allow it and you lean and you hold on to the vision of what is to come, then you tap into that higher energetic flow of money to come, right? So allowing it. Yeah, it's already happening. Make a really big shift. Could it have already happened? Make a really big shift on how money flows to me. Yeah. So when this shows up in your Pluto, like it is right now, next to your 5 of Hearts, it is happening. It's not done. So that's what I mean by, if you experience any more kinks in the hose of financial flow, then hold on to what it is that you do desire. Let that be what your focus is. Not on, you're not focused on all of the way that finances are stopping for you right now, because what's clearing out is, it's clearing out the gunk for you to have a clear hose. So Your to do is to recognize that there is some stops in the way that your finances are flowing right now, but your focus is to focus on what is to come, what is flowing to you, right? Realizing that this stop, this ending is happening for you, right? Everything is always happening for you. It's not happening to you. This is happening for your greatest and highest growth. So this is just it's pretty adamant. Stay focused on what you desire. Maybe you make out a list of all the ways that money can flow to you. Maybe you make out a list of all of your dream clients that you want to work with. Maybe you make out a list of all of the things that you can purchase, right? Maybe you even make out a list because the diamonds are about it's about finances, money. It's about what we can buy tangibly, but it's also about what we value. So maybe you make out a list of all of the things that you value about yourself, right? And this is your to do. So when you do that, hey, Janelle, when you do that, what you get, oh, Carla, you've got some major endings. This is when it's especially pertaining around love. This is a very direct result in something is very, very ending in a relationship that's close to you. And again, embrace that. Know that it's coming because the dissolving of this relationship is happening for you. It's happening for you so that you can have this new sense of self coming through, emerging through your top of mind, your long range card. So when you've got two nines next to each other and we're in a 9 energy month, this is all about end of cycles, right? And I just talked about like the magic of numbers, the 3, the 6, and the 9, and you're in that magic. You're like the linchpin in the spoke of making this all happen. So take a deep breath. It's all going to be okay. I can feel this in my gut right now with you. I can feel like some panic happening. Feel free to reach out to me and I'll go into this with you a little bit deeper. There's nothing to panic about here. This is all for your greatest and highest growth. This is something that your soul's contract asked to happen for you right now. Okay, Carla? Pretty big energies coming through. I love when the 9 and the 5 shows up together because what it says is huge change for what I actually want. Huge change for what I actually want, right? It's kind of like walking out to the ledge and taking one foot off and then like, but I want what's over the ledge, but I'm going to keep my foot here. You've got this change and the change is happening so that you can take the next step into the next thing, right? Here's your blessing. This is what's around you. Yeah, Carla. So the King of Hearts, this is in your environment or your blessings. You are protected. You have this King's energy that's around you, surrounding you and supporting you. This is your blessing around you, telling you to make the change. Let that self-love come through. Let this King energy that's all around be there for you. This is a really profound reading for you, Carla. So yeah, feel free to reach out. Yeah, I love this too. This feels like this King of Heart for you also, Carla, is it's a person. So I wouldn't doubt there's a person in your life right now or and again, the king it's an energy, right? It's not a male female. So someone coming in for you to really support you and be there for you and letting this new sense of self come through for you, really loving you for you and unfiltered. So yeah. I am. Janelle, would you like a card? Okay, I'm going to say this. Janelle, can I just say this? I will pull a card for you if you'd like. I said right before that Carla would be my last one. Yeah, I love it, Carla. But I would love to pull cards for an astrologist. If you're willing. Carla, I can feel that moving already. I felt it in my belly. Yeah. Let's pull 2 cards for you, Janelle. Janelle, do you have any specific questions? For a question you'd like me to pull? Yeah. You're welcome, Carla. Hey, Mocha. I love it when I pull cards too. Yeah, of course. I want to pull a specific card for you, Janelle. Do you have a question? You're so welcome. I'd love to team up with you, Janelle, right? Imagine an astrologist and a quantum numerologist getting together. It's like when an astrologist and a quantum numerologist walk into a bar. What do they get? Two sixes right there. Oh my gosh, I've been doing this for 55 minutes. Wow. Einstein's theory of relativity, right? All right, Janelle, what do I need to know about this season of business? You got it, sister. I knew you'd have a very specific question. Okay, let's pull 2 cards for you, Janelle. I'm going to pull a Pluto and a results card. So what you need to do, ooh, you've got some change happening. You need to really change something that you're doing. So the 5, all about changes, right? The 5, and think of the geometry. Sometimes I always go back to the geometry of the shape of the number. The 5 has two, what do I want to say? Lines or bars, right? The 5, the width, just the geometry of the 5. You start at one place, you end up at another. Then you shift and you ended up at another. And then you completely circle it around, down, and up, and you completely change the shape of the 5. So directionally, and I love that you asked about business because the diamonds are all about finances. It's about values, but specifically it's about money. It's about dollars here for you. So what do you need to know about this season of business? Change something up. Change the way that you value you in your business. Change the way that you this doesn't feel like you're changing something up as far as like the way that you teach or the way that you package your programs or the way that you present. This feels like a change in the way that you value who you are in your business. So it might be like something like, I've been doing something where I don't really value this thing, but I thought that I needed it in order for, and it's like some house cleaning, right? So pretty direct message. Change the 5 of diamonds, especially when we're talking about business, direct, change something really majorly up. It could even be if you makes sense. I know I keep asking questions, but like your pricing, everything, like everything's the same there. It's like something inward for you. So, but allow the change, right? So if you've been trying to avoid some change that you've been considering, let it happen. This is your Pluto, which Pluto is very direct. Pluto will hold you accountable until you actually do it. And again, this is the snapshot of where you're at right now. I'd love to look at your chart and see where you are right now also. When you do that, when you allow change, millionaire card. I just barely talked about the 7 of diamonds. This is the millionaire card. So possibilities, the 7 of diamonds. The 7 is all about releasing the attachment to money. When you release the attachment, you get it. You get these things. Releasing the attachment to money means that you have to be willing to make the changes. When you make the change, you get the result of this 7 of diamond millionaires card. I loved when the 7 of diamond would come up for me all the time when my mentor would pull it for me. The missing piece that I had that I didn't have to this 7 was like, yeah, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. But I was like the clenching, right? Wanting it, wanting it, wanting it. What does that mean? It's always the dangling carrot out in front of you. So release, let it go, right? What do you need to burn? What do you need to let go in order to really embrace the change? These millions are waiting for you. You are meant to experience multi millions. Like this is just so very clear. Let the change happen. Janelle said, oh, I love that. I made the decision about how much I wanted to make this year. And then it's like all broke loose. So this makes so much sense, right? And you know that this is the universe they'll break it loose if we're not willing to. So let some major change. Like maybe you just go into meditation and ask what it is that's asking to be changed as well, and let that happen for you. Ooh, I'm excited. Millions for you, Janelle, in the making. All right, everyone. I am opening up my calendar. So I can't believe I did this for an hour. I'm opening up my calendar. I'm offering 3 30-minute divine blueprint readings. What I'm going to include in those, you're so welcome, Janelle. What I'm going to include in those 3 readings is your birth chart your energy that you came in here to express and be of. And it's it's in the book of life. And then we'll go over your karma for life to clear. So what that means is, for example, I'm the Two of Clubs energy, which means I'm all about communication. I'm all about connections. Why I'm here live, right? My karma to clear this lifetime is the Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades, when it pairs up with the Two of Clubs, is terrified of endings. And if I can tell you how long I've stayed in stuff and hammered stuff out, including my 4-year university degree that I didn't want to do because I was so afraid of ending it. When you know the karmas that you come here to clear, life gets easier. This is part of, what am I here for? What is my purpose? And when you understand that you have an irrational fear of death and endings, then you can release all of that and let life unfold for you the way that it's meant to unfold. So 3 divine blueprint readings. They're 30 minutes long. I decided about an hour ago, before I went live, I was going to open this up and just offer a really big special on it. $150. Eek. Like, I don't ever do anything for $150, but on this Queen of Diamonds energy today, I felt like I was, I got to do this. So if you are being called to it, you know what? I'm not going to drop my link. If you're being called to it, then I'll just say the first 3 people that comment here in the thread, you'll get it. $150. I never do anything for $150, like I said, but I'm feeling kind of feisty. So first 3 people, $150, you get to learn not only what your purpose is, what you came here in this world to do, be, and have, and express, but also your karmas. So if you're feeling stuck, that can help you get unstuck. Janelle, you're the first one. Carla, you're the second one. Mocha, jump, folks. Oh, I'm just seeing all these other comments. You're so welcome, Janelle. I love this. Though you're speaking to the individuals, those of us that need to hear it too. I always think that too, Mocha. Occasionally I'll hop in and I won't actually put myself in the thread, but I'll say, okay, like the second person, her card or his card is for me also. It's a message for me. And sometimes I do it that way. It's kind of fun because it's so true. And then I'm like just using my own intuition as well, right? So love the millions for you, Janelle, right? Yeah. All right, Janelle and Carla, there's 1 spot left. So Janelle and Carla, if you wouldn't mind messaging me in Facebook, and then we can get it scheduled. All right, everyone, have an amazing day. Enjoy this Queen of Diamonds energy. This Queen of Diamonds, this is a universal energy that is all around. Busy, you got it. You're my third. Eek. All right, we're good. Thank you, my friends. Janelle, Carla, Bissy is going to be, I'm so excited. It's going to be really fun. Queen of Diamonds. So if I can leave you with one thing to do today. This is a universal energy that's all around us. The Queen of Diamonds is the experiencer of luxury, right? She sits on her throne, and again, he, she, they, and they embrace the gifts of life. They know that they've earned it. They know that they can receive it. They know that they're deserving of it. So what can you do for yourself today to really embrace the Queen of Diamonds? This is the ultimate experiencer of luxury, right? Maybe you run a bubble bath, or you, I don't know, like I just drink a kombucha. I haven't had a kombucha in so long. It was just like so delicious and divine. I'm going to go for a long run here in just a little bit. So what can you do for yourself? How can you treat this luxury for yourself? Alrighty, my friends, this was really fun. And I'm excited for Janelle, Carla, and Bissy for your readings. All right, have an amazing night, everyone, and I will see you next time.